Know where to start, I guess it makes sense to begin with the version of me before her. Back when my life was quiet, not bad, just predictable. I used to wake up, scroll through my phone, ignore texts I didn't feel like answering, go to work, come back, play games, repeat. I wasn't lonely exactly, but I wasn't connected to anything either, just kind of floating through days like they didn't belong to me. And then she showed up. Not in some dramatic movie type way, no slow motion, no music playing in the background. It was just a random Instagram story. She posted something stupid, a blurry picture of a coffee cup with the caption, "This tastes like regret, but I'll drink it anyway." I don't even know why I replied. I usually don't message people first, but something about it felt human. So I wrote, "Then why are you smiling in the reflection?" "Wait, you zoomed in? That's creepy." I remember laughing, actually laughing. Not that fake exhale through your nose thing, like a real laugh. And that was it. That's how it started. At first, it was just jokes. We'd send each other dumb memes at 2 a.m., complain about work, argue about music. She had this way of talking where everything sounded slightly sarcastic, like she was always half joking, even when she wasn't. Do you ever think about just disappearing? She asked me once. Like quitting everything and moving to a random country? No, she said. Like turning your phone off and letting people wonder if you died. I paused. That's darker than I expected. Yeah, well, she replied. I didn't say I was normal. I should have paid more attention to that. We met in person about 2 weeks later. I was nervous. Like, stupid nervous. I changed my outfit 3 times before leaving, which is something I never do. I kept checking my reflection like I was trying to convince myself I was someone worth meeting. She was already there when I arrived, sitting outside, hoodie too big for her, legs crossed, scrolling on her phone like the entire world was just background noise. When she looked up and saw me, she smiled. And I swear, something in my chest just shifted. "You're taller than I expected," she said. "That's the first thing you say?" "Yeah," she shrugged. I had low expectations. I laughed. "Nice to meet you too." We talked for hours, not in a forced way, not like those awkward conversations where you're just filling silence. It felt easy. Too easy, maybe. She told me about her childhood, her parents, how she moved around a lot. I told her about my boring routine, my job, the fact that I had no idea what I was doing with my life. At one point, she looked at me and said, "You're different." I rolled my eyes. That's such a cliche thing to say. "No, I mean it," she insisted. "You listen, most people just wait for their turn to talk." I didn't know what to say to that. So I just said, "I like listening to you." And I meant it. That night when I got home, she texted me, "I had fun today." I stared at the message for a minute before replying, "Me too." Then she sent, "Don't ghost me now." I smiled. "I won't." I really believed that. Things moved fast after that, like really fast. Within a month, we were basically inseparable. She'd come over, leave her hoodie on my chair, her hair tie on my desk, her presence just everywhere. My place stopped feeling like mine and started feeling like ours. We had routines, late night calls, even when we saw each other that same day, random drives with no destination, falling asleep on FaceTime. "You're not allowed to hang up first," she'd say. "Why?" "Because I don't like silence. You'll be asleep. I know. Just stay." I think the moment I realized I loved her wasn't some big dramatic thing. It was quiet. She was lying on my bed, scrolling through TikTok, occasionally showing me videos. "This one's you," she said, turning the phone toward me. It was some guy failing at cooking. I laughed. "That's not me. That's definitely you." "No, it's not." "Okay, fine," she said, "but if you ever burn my food, we're breaking up." I looked at her. "You're already planning to break up?" She shrugged. "I like to be prepared." I don't know why, but that line stuck with me. At the time, I thought it was just a joke. Now I think it wasn't. But yeah, I loved her. I loved the way she'd randomly grab my hand like she needed to confirm I was real. I loved how she'd get quiet sometimes, like her mind was somewhere else, and then suddenly come back with, "Sorry, I overthink." I loved the chaos of her, because it made me feel like my life wasn't so empty anymore. But there were signs, small ones, things I ignored. Like how she'd disappear for hours and then come back like nothing happened, or how she'd get weirdly defensive about her phone, or the way she talked about her past relationships. They were all toxic, she said once. All of them? What about you? What about me? Were you toxic? She smirked. Depends who you ask. I laughed it off. I always laughed things off. Looking back now, I think I knew something wasn't right, but I didn't want to ruin what we had, because when it was good, it was really good. And I didn't want to go back to being that guy who just existed instead of living. So I ignored the red flags. I told myself it was nothing. I told myself she just needed time. I told myself I could handle it. I was wrong. You know that feeling when something's off, but you can't prove it? That's where things started to shift. It wasn't sudden, it was slow, subtle. Like a glitch in something that used to run perfectly. She started replying slower. Not all the time, just enough for me to notice. Sometimes she'd be online and my message would sit there unread. Or worse, read, but unanswered. At first, I told myself I was overthinking. She's busy, I said out loud once, like saying it would make it true. But then one night, I saw something I wasn't supposed to see. We were at her place. She went to the bathroom and left her phone on the bed. I wasn't trying to snoop, I swear. But the screen lit up, and I saw a notification. A name I didn't recognize. Miss you. That's all it said. 2 words. That was enough. I froze. My brain started doing that thing where it tries to find explanations. Maybe it's a friend. Maybe it's old. Maybe it's nothing. But my chest didn't believe any of that. When she came back, I was sitting exactly how she left me, like nothing happened. Why do you look weird? She asked. I don't. You do. I hesitated. Who's Daniel? Her expression changed, just for a second. But I saw it. What do you mean? I saw a message. You went through my phone? No, it popped up. She crossed her arms. So you were looking. I wasn't. It just... Whatever. She cut me off. He's just a friend. That word. Why is he texting you, miss you? She sighed, like I was the problem. Because he's dramatic. He says that to everyone. That doesn't sound normal. Well, you don't know him, and I guess I'm not allowed to? She didn't answer. That was the first real crack. Things got tense after that. We started arguing. Little things turned into big fights. You're overthinking again, she'd say. I'm not overthinking. I'm asking questions. Yeah, in an aggressive way. I'm not being aggressive. You are. It felt like I was always defending myself. Like I was the one doing something wrong just by noticing things. And then came that night. The one I still replay in my head like a loop I can't escape. She told me she was going out with friends. Girls' night, she said. Okay. Have fun. Don't be weird about it. I'm not. You look weird. I'm just tired. She leaned in, kissed me. I'll text you later. She didn't. Hours passed. No message. No call. Nothing. Around 2 a.m., I caved. Hey, you good? No response. At 3:17 a.m., I got a notification. Not from her. From someone else. He tagged her in a story. I clicked it. And I wish I hadn't. It was a video. Loud music. Flashing lights. A crowded bar. And there she was. Laughing. Drunk. And kissing someone. Not just a quick thing. It was intentional. Hands on his face. Like she'd done it before. Like it meant something. I just stared at the screen, waiting for it to make sense. It didn't. I called her. No answer. Again. Nothing. Again. Voicemail. I didn't think. I just moved, grabbed my jacket keys, and left. When I got there, I saw her, outside the bar, laughing with the same guy. I walked up to them. She looked up, and for a second she looked scared, then annoyed. Why are you here? She asked. I held up my phone. You tell me. She rolled her eyes. Seriously? Seriously? I said, you're kissing someone else. It's not what it looks like. I laughed. Really? The guy stood up. Hey man, chill. Don't tell me to chill, I snapped. Who are you? He hesitated. She answered, just a friend. I felt something snap. Another just friend. Don't start. You're cheating on me. I'm not cheating. You kissed him. It didn't mean anything. Then why did you do it? Because I was drunk. That's not an excuse. It is for me. People were staring. I didn't care. Do you even feel bad? I asked. She went quiet. That silence said everything. I didn't want you to find out like this. I laughed. Like this is the problem? I was going to tell you. When? She didn't answer. Was there more? I asked. Silence. Was there more? Yes. I just shut down. I don't recognize you, I said. Then I walked away. The next morning, I forgot for a second. Then it hit me again. She texted, "Can we talk?" I ignored it. She called. Again. Finally, I answered. What? I'm sorry. For what? That's not specific. I messed up. Yeah, I didn't mean to hurt you. But you did. I didn't think you'd actually leave. That sentence broke something in me. You didn't think I'd leave? I thought we could fix it. Fix what? Us. There is no us, she cried. I love you. No, you don't. It was a mistake. It was a pattern. Silence. I hate you, I said. Days turned into weeks. Everything felt empty again. But worse, I kept checking her socials. I know I shouldn't have, but I did. One day, I saw a picture with him. Caption: sometimes the wrong choices lead you to the right person. I just stared. Then I laughed, not because it was funny, but because it hurt. I blocked her. Everywhere. Not out of anger, but to breathe. Slowly, things changed. I went out more, picked up hobbies, started working out, not for revenge, just to feel something. One night, I realized I wasn't thinking about her constantly, and that felt like progress. I asked myself hard questions. Why did I stay? Why did I ignore the signs? I was afraid of being alone, of losing something that made me feel alive. But I learned something. Feeling alive shouldn't cost your self-respect. I loved her. But love isn't supposed to break you. She didn't ruin me. She showed me what I needed to fix. Now, I don't just remember the good. I remember everything. And I realize I didn't lose her. I lost an illusion. And I'm finally okay with that.